This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Well, hello, Australia. It's the Chrissy Swan Show, and that was the hearty chuckle of my friend Jack Charles. How are you?
I'm good, Swanee. How was your morning?
You know what? Surprisingly productive. I have not stopped. I think I got a good night's sleep for starters.
That's rare.
Then I got up and I was just like, let's do this.
Yes.
Guess how many loaves of sourdough bread I made and are now sitting on my bench top in tins?
3.
7.
Who is eating 7 loaves of sourdough? Like, are you doing a loaf for each person in the house now?
What I do is, thank you so much for asking, I make them and then I put them in the fridge until they're sort of cool and firm, and then I slice them all up and put them in Ziploc bags, put them in the freezer, ready to go.
Right. But I feel like you're making fresh loaves more than you need to then if you've got that many in the freezer. Are you a bit addicted?
Well, no, it's because, you wouldn't know because you don't have anybody to look after.
I do not.
But, I don't have time to make a loaf of bread every single day.
Yeah, right.
It takes hours. You've got no idea. So I just do it in one lot. Bang.
Love that.
What about you? Have you had
have.
an unusually productive... Also, I made 2 rosemary sea salt focaccias.
Yum, can you bring them in?
I should have. I'm sorry. I
Love
forgot.
rosemary. Yeah, my Pilates obsession has gone to a new level. I did a cardio strength reformer class today, and it was so hard, but I'm addicted to how hard it is. It's
It's
weird.
not like you.
I know.
Generally, you don't like hard things. Well, you don't like doing hard things. Well,
The Chrissy Swan Show.
speaking of, let's give away some vouchers.
Chrissy's Say G'day.
I feel like there's something in the air today. It's Friday. It's the last day of May, and I have been super productive. I've already today made 7 loaves of sourdough bread and 2 rosemary sea salt focaccias.
I really would have loved a focaccia today
I'm so sorry.
to take into my weekend.
Well, because it's beautiful with beautiful olive oil and that balsamic
yes.
glaze, and you dip.
Yeah, that's my favourite Friday
Tell
night
you what,
snack.
I will freeze some,
Yeah,
and then
good.
it'll be fresh as the day I made it.
Thank you.
But super, super productive. Rhiannon, have you been weirdly productive today?
Yes, I have.
Tell me everything.
So I took my son to kindy and I had to go to Big W to pick up 3 different online orders because you know how you purchase something and then you're like, oh, should have got this. So
Yes.
I built up 3 online orders, and mind you, I'd already picked up 2 other online orders on Monday this week.
Can I ask you, Rhiannon, what exactly was in
Yeah.
those online orders?
Sorry?
What was in those online orders?
So one of them was a 4-pack of socks, and that was all from that order. And then another order was some bath toys and a pair of trackies. And then the last order was like one of them twirly
I'm
ball toys.
immediately sorry I
I've
asked.
lost the will to
Rhiannon,
live.
you've got a Priceline Pharmacy voucher. Maybe go and put up 4 different orders there as well.
And also make them fun, far out.
Leanne, what have you got up to today?
Hi, yeah, well, I was up at 5 a.m, made my daughter lunch, my grandson lunch, fed the dog, put the load of washing on, out the door to drop my grandson to school, and then spent the rest of the day at the hairdressers, being
Leanne,
pampered.
oh my God, that sounds like the perfect day apart from the school lunches.
Run us through your hair, Leanne. What are you rocking? What's your updo?
I've had all foils done, blonde and blow-dried and curled, and now I'm going to go to school and pick up my grandson, being the best-looking grandma.
God, you sound so much like all my mum's side of the family, Leanne. It's so lovely to hear your little accent there. It's gorgeous.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Leanne.
Zoe, what have you done today that's been super productive?
Hello, Chrissy.
Hi.
Me and a friend went and dropped the kids off to school, went to the cafe, went to the kids' sport, and then went back to hers. She moved a couch and rearranged her living room.
Oh, my God, I love rearranging rooms. It's my favourite thing.
I got there and she was already done. I was like, oh, okay. And then we went and did all of our week's groceries, and now we're on our way back to pick the kids up from school.
Oh, that's sort of like good news, bad news today. It's like, good news, I went to the cafe. Bad news, I had to endure kids' sports. But, we will make it up to you with a Priceline Pharmacy voucher. Go crazy. And let's finish with you, Danny. What have you done today that has been super productive already?
Well, started off with driving the kids to school and driving back because they left something behind.
Oh.
Then came back, stripped 4 beds, hung them out. Then I went to the hairdresser.
I mean, so far it is the most depressing day I've ever heard. Does it get better?
It gets better.
Great.
Then I went to the hairdresser.
Yes.
Nice colour.
Yes.
And blow dry straight.
Yes.
Then went to the cafe with 2 girlfriends.
Yes. What did you order?
Now I've just got to the shop to do the groceries.
Oh, sad. It had to end on a downer, but you'll be the hottest woman in aisle 4.
I know.
Good on you. Go and get yourself a brand new Lippy from Priceline, a pharmacy with the voucher we're about to send you, and have a beautiful weekend, Danny.
Swanee, why are people doing groceries on a Friday? I feel like that's a Monday or a start of the week
You're
job.
a sweet kid.
No?
I'm at the supermarket every day.
Hey, next, with winter starting tomorrow, we've got Priceline's top chief pharmacist, Amy Sabatini, stopping by the studio with
Very
some
nice.
winter tips.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
If you need a doctor, join over 1 million Australians who are skipping the waiting room and speak to Instant Scripts doctors online from the comfort of home.
To find out more, visit instantscripts.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
The weather is turning, so it's time for this.
Treat yourself well at Priceline Pharmacy with a winter of self-care. Chrissy's Winter Wellness with Amy Sabatini.
Welcome, Amy.
Hi.
It's so good to see you. Know, we first met at a Priceline conference thing.
Yes, it was the Beauty Prescription Live, which is always an amazing event.
Like
my
Christmas.
favourite. Yes,
Christmas
like
for
Christmas.
ladies.
I know you get very excited when we do Beauty Prescription Live.
Now, winter is just around the corner, literally
Tomorrow.
I think it starts.
How grim!
I know, it's so grim, and it's pretty grim at my place at the moment because I've got all 3 kids home from school.
Oh, no.
I walk up and down the corridors. It smells like eucalyptus everywhere. It sounds like the steerage area in the Titanic, you know? Like,
Everyone's just coughing up a boot.
man,
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and it doesn't happen in summer.
No.
What is,
No.
Is it, do we get sicker in winter or is it in our minds?
I love this question so much because what it actually is, it's like people during the winter months or the colder months, we all kind of tend to congregate together in small confined spaces. There's not a lot of ventilation. We're all sitting by the fire, and so
Oh my God, you're bringing back total COVID trauma stuff.
Right.
Remember
Well-
we all had to socially distance?
Exactly, but there's a principle to that because viruses transmit when we're closer in proximity to each other, and you know, we might forget some like general hygiene stuff like washing hands as often and that sort of thing. So yeah, you just end up getting more viral spread because of this. So
That
it is a
so
bit of
interesting.
So it's
chicken
not-
in the egg. You kind of want to keep warm and keep everyone close, but then not so much
I
because
probably
we're coughing.
shouldn't have been laying on my daughter's bed last night, kissing her all over her
Yeah,
sad little
might not
face.
be that good. No.
no. What are some of the myths around getting colds?
Oh, this one actually, I know you talked about childhood memories. Mine is really interesting because my non-nam Italian background would always be like, can you put on a jacket? You're going to catch a cold when you go outside. And just things to that effect, right?
And I absolutely believe
So,
Nonna.
so did I,
Yeah.
my whole childhood.
Yeah.
Not so much, and generally goes back to the principle about what we were talking about. You know, you tend to catch a cold when you're in close proximity to each other, not
Oh, so
because
the
your
exact
temperature isn't
opposite.
regulating, right? That's kind of a common myth buster there. Look,
What about this one? And I was told this all the time. If you go to bed with wet hair, you'll wake up with a cold.
yeah, I love that.
That's
no.
got to be true. Oh, I thought for sure
No, but
that
what
was
it does
true.
give you is nice beachy wave curls afterwards,
Totally.
right?
That's
Because
true.
your hair's a bit more.
All right, so
free-flowing.
the jackets don't matter, the wet hair doesn't matter. What can we do to stay well? Because it is a drag getting sick. It really is.
It's probably such a haunting thing to say, but those messages when we had the COVID peak about isolating, keeping distance from each other, not getting too close, practicing good hand hygiene is like the pivotal thing to do. Keeping your immune system functioning. So there's some great vitamins and supplements you can take that have things like vitamin C or andrographis that really boost your immune system.
I take about 20 a day
Yeah.
now.
I can imagine. I
Oh my
feel like
God.
you're onto
As
it.
a
So many.
pharmacist, what's actually in Armour Force and does it work?
Oh, that the buzzword is the andrographis, which is
What is
this.
that?
homeopathic
Sounds
kind
like a
of.
tennis player.
It is, probably as famous now because everyone's on Armour Force,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or Andrographis is the active ingredient. But yeah, it's just a natural homeopathic
A supplement. Do you
of
take
sort.
it, Jack?
I don't know how to express it.
I
but yeah.
take it religiously.
I try to in winter, but I don't any other season.
I take it irresponsibly.
That's unlike you.
Don't
Yeah.
you get the stomach?
No.
Make sure to follow instruction because
Well,
you can
yes.
get stomach upset. So
I'm
just
never
let's
good
just-
at instructions, and
Okay, right, okay.
I took it every day for 2 years until I read the back.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to be on it for any longer than 10 or 12 days or something.
Yeah.
But stop it, I'm still here.
Oh, well, she's surviving.
I mean, my wee is potent. Absolutely potent.
Now, really quickly, Amy, you're very passionate about heart health. You and I
Very.
actually met over one of those fancy machines.
Oh, the Sisu Health Station.
The Sisu Health Station.
They're amazing, yes.
Tell us what, as gentlemen especially, like I feel like it's very top of mind, what should we be doing for our hearts?
First thing, know your numbers. So know your blood pressure. Just be aware
Right.
about it. You know, we've got these fantastic health stations across our Priceline pharmacies and you can go in, self-serve. I know you've used it before, Chrissy. Measures your blood pressure, your body mass index, a whole myriad of things, but primarily on cardiovascular health.
Before I let you go, what is your number one hack as someone with all of this incredible health information? What is the one thing that maybe we're not doing that you think we all should be doing?
Oh, I love this so much. Incidental exercise I love to use. Walks those stairs instead of getting the lift. Just really try and
Yeah.
keep your body moving, especially during winter.
I'm a Pilates king now, Amy. I'll
Oh,
have
well
you know.
done. Are you into
Obsessed.
reformer?
Reformer. I'm a
Yes.
reformer guy.
Good on you. I think that's great. But get out and move.
And that was Winter Wellness with Amy Sabatini. Please don't be a stranger. Come back whenever you want.
Oh, I'd love to be here as often as you need me.
Great.
Chrissy's correspondence is up next. Slide into our DMs at The Chrissy Swan Show if you've got any feedback for us.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
God, I love Fridays for many, many reasons, but chief among them is this.
Chrissy's correspondence.
Kim. By the way, we love your messages. Send them through. We love them. We love them when they're real snaky at us.
Yeah.
What's wrong with us about that?
I don't know. Something we should probably talk to our psychs about, but that's all right. Slide in at The Chrissy Swan Show on Instagram.
Every time I get a mean one, I find it so funny. Is that very arrogant?
No,
Like-
I don't think that's arrogant.
And also, I would love to speak to them and just go, what is it about me that you hate?
Tell me.
I'm so interested.
Talk dirty to me.
Because I know. No, I'm just so interested how I could be taken so wrong. I feel like I'm such a nice person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except when I'm not.
Except, yeah, correct. It's like, yeah, I get how I could be taken to be seen as an a-hole, but not you.
I just find it fascinating. Anyway, Kim. She has messaged us about our long-standing opinion that J-Lo is insufferable.
Insufferable.
She just turned the page, didn't she? It's one of those things where you can be perfectly tolerable and then all of a sudden you're insufferable and there is no way to go back.
None.
I feel like the press has not been her friend and we have just swallowed that whole like a dog with a tablet inside a little ball of mince.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kim
All right.
agrees with her. She goes, J-Lo is insufferable and annoying. Team Ben Affleck 100%.
Well, I mean, they've been spotted together today, Swanee. They've put on a united front at his daughter's graduation party.
He looks stressed.
He looks miserable.
She looks great. I mean, come on. You can't
No, that
deny.
dress is terrible.
Is it?
Yeah, look at it. It looks like a tablecloth.
Tablecloth, yeah. Jodie is a podcaster of the Chrissy Swan Show and she heard you freaking out last Friday when our Quizzy caller had a dog barking in the background and this is one of your pet hates.
I know, it's like eating on air or listening to someone eat for me. When I hear a dog barking and I'm trying to have a conversation, it just went on radio, it just icks me, it irks me.
It's very annoying. I've got Murphy at home and every time the doorbell goes, he loses his mind like he's never heard it before. It's just stupid. Anyway, she says, hey, Jack, I'm just listening to the show from Friday and I can tell you, I have kids and a dog and I hate listening to dogs barking and kids yelling.
See, I'm not alone.
No, you're not, even though Jodie lives with them. Let's all have a moment's silence for Jodie. All right, Alana, on the other hand, has a real problem with your hatred of dogs barking, Jack. She says, sometimes you can be such an asshole, Jack. The dog might have been barking for a very valid reason.
Or what? It's hungry. go find like a rat or something.
Dogs don't bark because they're hungry. How long did you have your dog Diva for? Why do you not know that dogs don't bark because they're hungry?
Yes, they do. If they need water or food, surely they come to the back door and start barking. I mean, I always just gave Diva food if she started barking.
Never, not once.
You sure?
Yes.
Tom, get Dr. Chris Brown on the line.
Dogs don't bark because of that, do they, Tom?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a myriad of reasons, but that could be one of the reasons.
Tom's a dog hater too. What am I working with here? Kathy has been begging for weeks for something from me. This started way back in March. Chrissy, where are my soup recipes? Sorry, Chrissy. Hi there, Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy. I'm still waiting for your soup recipes. Hello, Chrissy. I hope you're well. I've tried thousands of times to get on air and talk to you. I really hope you see this message and send me your soup recipes.
Is this like code for something?
And this was last night. Hi, Chrissy. I'm still waiting for your soup recipes.
What's this soup recipe?
Normally I do respond to everybody, and weirdly, Kathy, I'm so sorry I have not responded. And that is mainly because the soup recipes are in my head.
Yeah, you're not good with jotting it down.
No, there is absolutely. And also, I never promised I never promised the soup recipes. At no point have I gone, oh my God, yes, Kathy, I'm going to write them down. I have never done that, and that is why. It's because they don't exist.
I feel sad for Kathy now because she's never going to get a soup recipe.
Oh, have you heard of Google?
True. Taste.com. Just screenshot her one,
Correct.
Swanee, and pretend you wrote it.
And here's my favourite one from the week. It's from Brad Moore, 1983. What was this? What was this in response to? It was...
We were talking about coming out stories. Yeah.
Talking about coming out stories. And I was like, you never need to apologise for that.
No.
You know. Brad Moore, 1983 says, I thought you'd scurried off into obscurity. Shame.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go click it. No?
Yeah.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Look, I was going to talk about Robert Irwin second, but I'm going to just bump him up. One of my favourite things that have happened in the modern times are these fake news articles where people look like they are they've hit rock bottom and
are being arrested.
And they're being arrested. I haven't had one yet, and I want one.
I know. If the scammers are listening or the people on the dark web, what situation do we want you in? I want you like drunk falling out of a nightclub because that would never happen.
That is good.
Like,
I would love that. But I would love... What, are you saying that this could happen to me? I could be photographed being escorted by two full like SAS policemen in flak jackets with my arms behind my back. The best one's Richard Wilkins. Hands down.
Oh, that was so good. The reason Richards was good is because they really roughed up his T-shirt and clothing.
Yes. How do they make it look so real?
Photoshop, man.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Marco, if you're listening, can you make one up of me?
Imagine you...
Passed out in a gutter.
Revolver outside Revs on Chapel Street in Melbourne.
That actually happened to Andrew O'Keefe, and that wasn't...
I know. That's why I'm drawing inspiration.
Oh, okay, sure. Anyway, this one, it looks so real. And Terry Irwin would be losing her mind.
She would be having a mentee bee.
Absolutely, because she wouldn't know that they exist.
No.
Like she would probably be one of those parents that calls Robert and says, Robert, what are you doing?
Who are those men with you?
I know. And you know what? She is fierce enough to actually affect change on this.
You reckon?
I think she's the only woman in the world that can find out who's doing it and stop it. And if you're listening, Terry, don't stop it because I haven't had my chance yet.
Yeah, let Chrissy get hers done.
It's so good. Has he sent a message? Has he?
I don't think he's addressed it as
put
yet.
it out and said something. I just love it much.
Actually, I'm surprised he hasn't because Terry would absolutely want him to and clarify that is not her son.
I know. And he's probably saying, Mum,
Chill
everybody
out.
knows it's not real. Now, I did see a press release this week about a new film with Brad Pitt and George Clooney, which looks really good. But I'm starting to feel like Brad Pitt is not a great guy.
Why is that? Wolves is the new film.
Wolves. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and
it
like
does.
if you like, Ocean's 11, then you're going to love this. Shiloh, his magnificent daughter with Angelina Jolie. She's dropping Pitt from her surname on her 18th birthday.
Ooh.
So she's known as Shiloh Jolie Pitt. She
Yeah.
was the first child they had together. They went on to have a set of twins. But to drop your father's name off your name, I reckon, is a really big flex.
That is. And also, she would know now that she's 18 that is going to make headlines. Do you know what I mean? Like, she
Yeah.
knows that's going to be a stab at him. I really like Brad. I don't want to believe that he's a bad dude.
I don't either, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I want to ask, how does your dad feel about you not having his surname?
Well, Charles is a family. It's a part of the name.
Well, it's a middle name.
Yeah, but
You're not known by his name. And some men are really like, any son of mine's got to have my surname.
I mean, I reckon that's the least of his worries, given I named a kid Dog Diva and wanted Delta Goodrum's album at the age of 5.
That's true.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
What were we going to talk about here at the top of the hour? We were so desperate. Travis Kelce. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got some red flags, guys. I've had them for a while, actually, and I didn't want to articulate them until I started getting messages in my DMs of other Swifties and Swiftocrats saying the same thing. Like, I don't want to admit this, but I don't know about Travis Kelce. Kelce.
I like Kelsey. Let's say Kelsey.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you did sit on it for a while because privately for like 6 months of last year, I think you even realised.
I did. My spidey senses are off. Anyway, this is it. The final nail in the coffin. Travis Kelce is actively looking for movie roles, saying he'll do anything on camera.
You
No!
can't be saying that.
No.
And even if you're thinking it, bro, know not to say it.
I mean, you think that, but you don't say
Exactly.
it, Jack.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's give away a bum bag.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
I had a bit of a situation with my bum bag last night.
What happened?
So you know I made 7 loaves of sourdough today, but you know that the process started many days ago.
Of course, because you've got to grow the sourdough, right?
You do. And last night I was getting it all ready, putting it to bed so that I could cook it today. My bum bag was covered in dough and it was even on my cheek when I went up to go to sleep. I felt like one of those bawdy wenches from the Bornhofen ads in the 80s. If you know, you know.
Yeah, right.
But I've washed it. Look at that. Look how it comes up so great.
Come up beautifully.
Come up a treat. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Is your middle name Marie?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, no. I love it, Julie Marie.
Julie Marie.
Goes beautifully.
Just Julie.
Just Julie. I'm just a Chrissy too. I don't have a middle name. You work at a cheese factory.
I do, yes.
Do you get lots of free samples, or is it one of those things where that was very exciting for the first month that you worked there, and then you think, if I never see another piece of cheese, it will be too soon?
Look, the novelty does wear off, but it is always lovely to eat nice cheese.
Is it good cheese? I mean, look, any cheese is good cheese, apart from the soft
Tell us
ones.
the brand.
Of course. I won't actually because I won't if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's
but
okay.
I know it is one that Christy does love. So.
It's Meredith Dairy, and you are supposed to be there now, not on the phone gas bagging to me and trying to win a bum bag. All right, Tanya, you are up against Julie. I'm sorry I've talked so much about her. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, Chrissy. I don't have a middle name either.
Oh, my God, that's so weird.
Look at you ladies go.
Why didn't your mum give you one? I always think it's a weird choice.
I think my parents took the attitude that I only needed one.
That's very sort of like...
Selfish.
No, it's progressive, I think.
No, I like a middle name. It's cool.
I think for my parents, like they had babies in the 60s and the 70s. I think it's really cool that they went, nah, just one.
Yeah,
Maybe they were so tired and over each other. All right, Julie and Tanya, your names are your buzzers. One of you is going to walk away with a bum bag. Question number 1. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's daughter, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, has requested a name change. What does she want to change?
Julie,
Tanya.
Yes, Julie?
she wants to remove Pitt from her name.
What are your thoughts and concerns about that, Jules? It seems very dramatic.
I think it's not right because why should she take Mum's side? She's still her dad.
Yeah, but what if he's an absolute... Anyway, question number 2.
Julie's a Brad Pitt fan.
Yeah. I mean, we all are, but
I
it
know.
makes me question.
Yeah.
Question number 2. In which European country was IKEA found?
Tanya.
Yes,
Julie.
Tanya.
Sweden.
It is Sweden. I thank God every day for it. I'm mad for IKEA.
I'm mad for an IKEA hot dog. I know that's so off-brand for me, but they're really good.
That is so off.
I know, but they're good. I can't deny a good taste in dog. Question number 3.
American rock band Survivor released this hit 42 years ago. The cream of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals.
It stops there. Sorry, Swanee.
Damn.
Ladies, what's the name of that song?
Julie. Tanya.
Yes, Julie.
Eye of the Tiger.
It's the Eye of the Tiger.
2 points to Julie, 1 to Tanya. This is for the win, Jules.
Name the former president found guilty on all 34 counts
Tanya.
of... Yes, Tanya.
Trump.
It is Trump.
It's a
I think
draw.
that's even Stevens. All right, are you ready? Are you ready, girls? Have you got your listening ears on? What?
Yes.
Okay. What is another name for a rock melon?
Tanya.
Julie.
Yes, Tanya for the win.
Cantaloupe.
It is a cantaloupe. Jeez, that was a hard-fought battle.
I loved it.
Good on you. Julie, I'm sad. But look, in good news for you, you do get to have a lot of cheese.
Yes. Thank you.
Good on you, Jules.
I feel like that job's made up. Why can she not tell us what the name of the brand is?
Because she's supposed to be at work.
No, but it's Friday. You knock off at 3, man.
You don't. Whose rules are they?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I've got a massive bombshell to discuss towards the end. Oh, no, we've already discussed it. I've lost my mind. Travis Kelce. The red flags. Anyway,
Friday's got you.
you and I are going to fight.
Okay.
Full disclosure, we have had this discussion already.
In the office, yep.
I mean, you call it an office. I call it my storage room.
It certainly looks like your storage room.
Oh,
I don't even want to get
sorry.
started on the 2 high chairs that have been sitting there for 4 weeks for God knows why.
I've told you why.
Yeah, because you walked past some rich person's house in Brighton and stole their high chairs from their nature strip.
I didn't walk past.
and it
I
was-
drove past and the hard rubbish was out and they were exactly the high chairs that I was going to get for my friend who's having a baby. And why pay for them?
And you stopped and you collected them. I wish there was a PAP there.
So do I. Because that's real. That's actually something that I do, is raid hard rubbish collections. Anyway.
And how are they going to get there?
We are going to fight. But it wasn't about that. It wasn't going to be about my hard rubbish and the high chairs. But we'll slate that fight for Monday.
Great.
We have found an article. It was on the Today Show. And it says in big letters, should cafes be allowed to charge for heating food? Now, before you say yes or no, 132410, we want to hear from you. This receipt says everything that we need to know. A guy has gone to a cafe. He's ordered a long black for $4.50, which I also have a problem with because there's no work in a long black. But anyway, he's ordered a long black and a muffin. $7 for a muffin.
That's what you pay in 2024 for a muffin.
I don't pay.
You steal.
No, I make.
Oh, sorry, yes.
There's an oven in your house.
Mate,
you
I
could
know.
try and use it.
I know how you work in 7-Elevens and Coles Expresses. You're a thief.
I'm not a thief. I just make bespoke coffees. All right. We digress. You're attacking me, by the way. And I like it. Okay, so the receipt says a muffin, $7, and then $1 for heating it up.
Okay.
Now, what do you mean, okay?
No, I'm taking in the story.
I am outraged, as was the person who checked his receipt and saw $1 for heating a muffin. And he asked the cafe and said, what is this? And they said, oh, sorry, we'll take that off. We never do it. Dodgy. The receipt is itemised. It says heat standard. Now, if you'd never, ever charged anybody to heat a goddamn muffin, why is it programmed on your register?
Yeah, no, they definitely are doing it.
Why?
Because it's hard out there being a small business owner, and they're being honest about like their electricity prices and whacking it in the mic. So I guess they're trying to be honest about what they're charging you for and breaking it down.
What you're saying $1 is a fair fee for putting something in the microwave for 30 seconds. Let me tell you what that equates to. By the way, 13 24 10, you can tell I'm angry. Is it okay to charge $1 to heat a muffin? I'm going to say that we're not going to get one single person on your side, Jack, because I've done my calculations again.
Give them to me.
Say 30 seconds to heat a muffin. I mean, that's a lot. Probably 20 seconds would do it. Let's go with 30. Give it benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
30 seconds, $1. That's $2 a minute that customer is paying.
Mm-hmm.
That is $120 an hour that customer is paying for Marie behind the counter to put it in the microwave.
But then you've
for
got
30 seconds. Wait, do you know what other industries charge $120 an hour? Surgeons, anaesthetists. This is outrageous, particularly for a muffin, which by its very existence is either eaten warm or cold.
But coffee shops are struggling. Like, how are you meant to make money from $4.50 for a cup of coffee? So when you
don't offer muffins,
when you're heating up a muffin, and it takes up their time, and they've got wages to pay, I guess you're going to whack an extra 50 cents or $1 on. Look, I think 50 cents is fairer than $1, but hey, they've gone for the full buck.
No, muffins. It's your choice. The money, the price of the muffin is built in with the warm or not option. End of story.
I love my local cafe, and I'd happily pay it to keep them alive and ensure that cafe stays there.
I tell you what, when you've spent your last dime on warming up an $8 muffin, that cafe's not going to give a crap about
13, 24,
you.
10. What do you think?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. Oh, shush.
Benson
We're
Boone,
angry.
shh.
Shush, Benson. We're thrilled that you're supporting Taylor on a European tour, whatever. But we are cranky. Well, I am cranky because somebody's been charged $1 for having his muffin warmed up. A muffin that should come with that option built in. Because some people like it warm and some people don't.
What this cafe should have done is just made the muffin $8 instead of $7, and then just reheated it and not charged or itemised that charge as a heat charge. Do you know what I mean? If they need more cash flow's low and they need to make more sales. I don't know. There's just a better way to have gone about it.
Don't say to someone, would you like your muffin warmed? If you're going to charge them $1, and if you do, you say that to their face right then. See how good that feels.
I would still just say yes. I love my local cafe and I want it to stay alive.
13 24 10. What do you think? Should cafes charge you $1? It's highway robbery, by the way. I can't see anyone's name, Jack. There we go. It's Rebecca. Hello.
I'm good. How are you, Chrissy?
Becca, I am furious. Can you tell?
Yes, because I am with you. There is no bloody way in hell I would be paying an extra charge to warm up a bloody $7 muffin.
$7 for a muffin. I mean, I haven't bought a muffin for a long time. I didn't know that was what they cost, to be honest.
They're $3. Like, should be $3.
Actually,
No.
you know where the best muffin is, and it's the last one I've bought, is the orange and poppy seed at 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Oh, it's so
yum,
good.
that's it.
And they
That's
are
it.
not $7. Also, you can put it in the microwave there for free.
There you go. See?
Thank you, Rebecca.
That's it.
She's with
No
me.
worries.
Jody, you run a cafe.
Sorry, my phones have just died. Friday.
Oh, of course they have. Well, I'm just
Here
going
we
to
go, here we go, here we go.
Jody,
Yes.
you are calling from inside the house, horror movie style. You run a cafe. Now, how do you feel about charging $1 to whack a muffin in the microwave for 20 seconds?
Like, I own this cafe and I would never, ever charge someone to warm up a bloody muffin, let alone a $7 one, mine a $4.50. And I actually have retailers, like my cafe's in a shopping centre, and I actually have retailers that will come and ask me if I can heat up their own food from home in the microwave. And of course I do. That's customer service. Absolutely.
Nah, that's pushing it. That's pushing it,
No,
Jody.
that's fine.
I love my retailers.
Yes, that's being a human being, part of a community,
It's
isn't it
customer
right?
service. If you want your cafe to succeed, you do whatever you need.
Can
to
I
create
ask
the
you,
good vibe and returning customers.
is there a charge if you want your sandwich toasted or your banana bread toasted?
No.
No.
There's just a flat rate, and it's however much that product costs, and you can have it hot, you can have it cold, you can have it toasted, you can have it not.
See?
The cafe should just make the muffin more expensive if they want to charge that, I think.
No, $7 is absurd.
Thanks,
Sean,
Jody.
you have the last word. What are you saying?
I think it's absolutely fine to charge a bit extra to heat something up. It's designed to be cold, and they're going out of their way for you to heat it up. So
Correct.
Pay their electricity a little bit.
Correct.
Sean, that is outrageous. That is
That's not outrageous.
Yes, it
That's-
is. A muffin.
I used to work in cafes, and people would approach you with baby bottles and other lunches and all
That's
this
not
kind of
what we're
stuff.
talking about, Sean. We're talking
Oh, I
about a
know.
muffin from underneath the glass cloche on the bench.
Yeah,
And if
but
you
it's
can't...
cold, right?
No, muffins can be warm or cold.
They can. You just got to pay the dollar, don't you, Sean?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking for the last time today.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
Weekend is hours away. Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel, minutes away. But let's talk Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She's really been the breakout star of this year, hasn't she?
Hasn't she?
It's really easy to forget that she went to prison for murder.
Is it weird, Swanee, that we've allowed her to become the celebrity that she is given what she did?
That is interesting. I think if she was a straight killer,
Yeah.
I don't think she would have the,
Spotlight on
empathy
her.
and the sympathy that we
Right.
have for her. But because her story, what happened to her is so horrific. She was her whole childhood was stolen by her mother.
Yeah.
I feel like we've made it okay in
And
our minds.
Yeah, totally. And I guess she did do her time.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Been
And
punished.
she's sort of so sweet and innocent.
It's bizarre though, like the Kardashians launched like last week their new premieres, and in the trailer for the full season there was a full bit about Gypsy, how she's going to appear on the show.
See?
It's like, wow, everyone's really pushing her.
She's a fascinating creature. She has sat down with ET Entertainment tonight.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Lisa Gibbons
Yeah.
from back in the day? Anyway, she's long gone from the show. But Gypsy Rose Blanchard says she just wants a normal life.
What?
Do you plan to try to go get a normal job?
When things calm down and I have no obligations, I do want to get a 9 to 5. Part of me is kind of like, maybe I should just go work at McDonald's. Maybe something in the mall, like makeup, like Sephora or something, because I love makeup.
I mean, she did tell us how she made her own makeup in prison.
It's true.
She could have her own line.
Can you imagine there would be queues out the door
Right.
for Gypsy Rose Blanchard to serve you at Sephora? I can absolutely see it happening.
That's also never going to happen. She'll never have
It's
to.
not going to happen. Also, not just for Gypsy Rose, but for everybody. You know that line where it goes, oh, when things settle down, I might? Take it from me. I've been waiting for things to settle down since I was about 23 years old. They don't.
Yeah.
Ever. If you're going to do something, do it now. Do you know what you've been doing? You've been watching the new Kardashian season.
I know I didn't watch last night, Swanee, because I was out, but I will watch it this weekend.
You'll be so excited to sit down and watch it. Khloe Kardashian, she's my favourite. She has been trolled for saying that she's exhausted without a live-in nanny. People are saying, welcome to the real world. Try and work and raise kids. All that. I was very surprised to hear that she didn't have a full-time nanny. Have a listen to what she says in the show, and I'm going to tell you where I smell her at.
Okay.
You know, I don't have nannies at night, which I might have to change or at least have like someone be available sometimes.
So you have no one that lives in right now?
And I'm just so hands-on.
At
So
school
I do,
half the time, but
I
not
know, but I
every day.
make all of her lunches. I make her breakfast. Like I do everything.
Yeah.
And I don't let anyone else do it.
Who's she talking to there?
Courtney, and it sounds like Courtney's the one trolling her. They're at school half the time. Shut up, Courtney.
Can I tell you the biggest surprise for me when my kids started to go to school? The school day is very short.
It's like 6 hours, right?
Yeah. And you feel like, whoa, they're at school, and then all of a sudden they're home again. You don't really get a break, to be honest. It feels, I know that that's really weird to get your head around.
No, it's a stitch up because it's not a full work day.
It is a total stitch up.
Now, why do you smell a rat?
Because she says specifically, I don't have nannies at night. Do we have another quote from her? No. Later on in the piece, she talks again about making the lunches.
Yeah.
She talks about making the lunches in there. She qualifies that she doesn't have any live-in help. That woman has a nanny that arrives in the morning and gets those kids ready.
Because otherwise she wouldn't be able to make the lunches?
Otherwise, she would be saying, I make them breakfast every morning.
Good pickup, Chrissy Swan.
Yeah. It was just weird to hear her going, I make the lunches. I'm like, they're up a bit more than that.
Yeah.
So she definitely does have help, but it's not an overnighter and it's not a live-in. And also, I absolutely endorse it. Get any help from wherever you can.
And when you're a Kardashian, Swan, have a night nanny. Have a live-in nanny.
I think so too. Why wouldn't you?
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.